Yeah, Buddy Bailey, this is the Shelter FootyCast live from BackChat Studios. This is our last show of the year other than mega live last hour.
Last hour,
of the trade period on Wednesday. But this is our last normal regular show here from BackChat. Skeeter's still in Bali, not going to stuff around here. Look.
Did he put in a leave request? Like, what's going on here?
Well, it's hard. Hi, Dan. Welcome.
Hey. Back again.
Look, I reckon he assumed that I would know his exact travel details. Now, it's hard to give him too much shit because he is in Bali. He goes every year this time of year. It is the anniversary of the Bali bombings, which he was involved in. If you didn't catch our BackChat episode with Skeeter, goes into a lot of detail around his involvement with that. So it's hard to be, give him too much shit around that. However, all I've seen, both on socials, on my own personal sort of messaging groups, is like a very tanned and weathered Mark Redding. So take away some of the reason around why he's in Bali. I would personally love to get him on here. He calls me Donald Trump on here. I think he's starting to look like Donald.
He is.
I think he's got a body like Biden.
Yes.
He's got a sort of complexion like Donald now. So Donald Biden is
that's so rough.
is in Bali. He's enjoying the sun. Sure, he's not sort of on a sober trip. I'm sure he'd
be having the time of his life.
Investigated Bali darts, no doubt.
Yep. Well, you and I are both going to Bali at separate times soon, so maybe we could get a bit of a rundown from him on what's good.
I'm actually going there with him.
Oh, great.
I'm staying with his family. So he's going back there in like 2 months. Anyway, we are live here from BackChat Studios. This is the Shelter FootyCast and BackChat podcast combined. Dan, myself, Hamish is still away.
Yeah, he's away.
I am going away.
Yep, you leave in 2 days.
Yeah, but Chris Maston will replace me here on BackChat from Monday. So tune in to Dan and Masto taking all things rogue.
No clue what that's going to be, and I might just leave it that way.
Yeah, correct. How's your weekend?
Good. I went to the wrestling on Friday night. First time seeing wrestling in real life.
Okay, so before you tell me how it was,
yep.
You know that I will go to pretty much any sport. I'm pretty relaxed and like going to live sport.
Yep.
From what I saw on socials, from your video you sent to me, just the overall coverage of it, I don't get wrestling at all. It looked, from what I could see, shit house. It looked shit house. And I'll defend lots of sports about why people like lots of sports. There's lots of reasons why people like, mate, that's not sport. And there's a bunch of 50-year-old guys dressed up as fucking wrestlers.
Careful.
Like, it is so dumb. Like, what is going on? And like, if that was to like watch a field and like people like making actual contact with people and the physical nature of it, don't get it. I don't get it in the slightest. I think it's the fandom I don't get, and then I reverse it back in. I'm happy to say they're athletes and their physical prowess, but I don't get it at all. Did you have fun?
No, it was fun, but I was in like a catered box. So there was beer and food there.
Yeah, but were you looking down at people and like there's,
mate,
the group of mates?
So into it. They talk about like the crowd pop in wrestling when like, it happens in sport as well. Someone kicks a big goal and the whole crowd goes crazy. You've
been to the UFC, and we both said that a few of those moments at UFC were the loudest we've heard a crowd. Was it better than that?
No, it wasn't better than that.
Right.
But it's because you don't know what's going to happen at wrestling. Like they always work on the drama of like someone could come out at any moment.
Sorry, what sport anywhere do you know what's going to happen? You can't. Sorry, I know you're not a massive wrestling advocate, but like that's something I've heard a lot. You never know what's going to happen. That's what fucking sport is.
Yeah,
literally the definition of going to an AFL game is you don't know what's going to happen.
The difference is like imagine Sydney v...
Chris Judd just comes out with West Coast.
Yeah, Sydney v Carlton, and then all of a sudden the lights go out and like Chris Judd runs out in a West Coast uniform. You'd be like, what? Like to that extent. So no, I'm not really a wrestling fan, but I took a mate who loves it, who was in charge of about 30 people, giving them drinking games, giving them all the things to do. You have to do things with your hands, say certain things at all different times. The crowd was so into it. And look, it was a good time, but I don't really get it either.
Is it like darts? Like, is it that sort of
probably
vibe?
Yeah. If
People
you're just
go to
watching
the
darts on
darts.
TV, you're like, oh, this is not that great.
No, but if you're there and you got
It's a good vibe.
Yeah. Do you think like there was quite a few shelters consumed? Like, is it a drinking sport?
Oh yeah, there was lots of shelters. I also was told about some of the merch that people are spending. So you can get these like fake wrestling belts for like $300 to $500 each, and there's guys rolling around with 3 or 4 of them.
Mate, it's not 300 or 400. Ollie Peterson, host of the Arvo show on 6PR. He bought the second tier one. So there's one for $1,200. He bought an $800 wrestling belt. What? Like on the spot, he was like, mate, I just couldn't not get it. I just couldn't. Fucking what?
Nah, sorry.
That would be like you. This is the equivalent. Okay. West Coast fan Dan.
Yeah.
AFL merch store. It's grand final day. You're there. Your team's not playing.
No.
Right? Of course they're not.
No.
Right? This is in the future, 30 years from now.
Yep.
And you see a replica AFL 2018 Premiership trophy. And I got no
How
problem
much are we
with,
talking?
I got no problem people buying that.
Yep.
I'm talking $1,200.
Yeah.
And you looking at it and in 1 second going, I just can't not have that. And I'm going to get it. And what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with it?
Just walk around with it.
I don't get it. I'm sorry to start the show like this, but I've seen the coverage. A lot of false hype. A lot of people doing socials that just
John Cena was there. That was a big deal. He's retiring.
He
Also,
looks old.
he
looks real old.
People, you had to buy.
I couldn't see him, obviously, but
No, you can't. That's very good. The people buying 3 or 4 night packages for like $1,500. Like that's how it was.
I don't get it, mate.
Anyways, RSC Arena did a great job of hosting the event. We'll say that.
I get this. I get the arena.
production-
RSA Arena, one of the great arenas known. Full stop.
Yeah.
RSA Arena.
Yes.
Nothing to do with RSA Arena.
No. I do understand what you're talking about. Can we talk some footy and stuff? Because I've got some breaking news to give you straight off the bat.
I like some breaking news. So show the FootyCast BackChat. This is how we do it. We're going to be a bit of a trade update here. You got breaking news.
A big one. We have a pick swap. The AFL have just notified us off. The Western Bulldogs will receive pick 14 and 37 and GWS pick 12.
Yeah, so this is involved in the Bulldogs needing that 37 to give up for someone that I can't remember the name of.
Sure.
I do want to address something off the top of the show, if that's okay, because I mean this is a good point, right? There's that many deals floating around, and there's that many things going on, and I'm not paying that much attention to it, right? Got to be honest. And if you're listening to this, I doubt if you're listening to these shows for like your weekly wrap up of the trade. Like hopefully you just like a bit of colour. We're going to talk about wrestling for 10 minutes off the top. I just wanted to, so that's great. Okay, pick swap, great. And then pick 37's going somewhere. That's why they did it. I just want to read something out to you if possible. And
okay.
I think I've deleted it. I'm just going to have to grab it up if that's okay.
I'll give you some other breaking news that's I can just talk about.
This is important though.
Really discuss. Two-time Norm Smith medalist Will Ashcroft is on the verge of a big new deal with Brisbane. Of course
he fucking is. So, like everyone's going to Brisbane, everyone's signing a deal, and everyone's locking it up. And Marcus is probably getting a deal too, like Peter. Marcus is his dad. All right, so I just want to read out these stats.
Okay.
I'm not going to say a player. I just want to give you the stats, and then I'll say who the player is, and then I'll also say what he hasn't done.
All right.
Okay. So this is a player, 2-time AFL Coaches Association Champion Player of the Year, so Coaches Award, 2021, 2022. 3-time All-Australian, 2018, 2021, 2022. 4-time Best and Fairest winner, 17, 19, 21, 22. He was in the 22 under-22 team every year that he was under-22, right? 4 years running. He's won 2 Lou Richard medals. I don't... What is that? The best on ground in a game. I won't tell you who's playing. He won the best young player in 2017. He was a Rising Star nominated in 16. Hey, he even won the Fox Footy longest kick in 2019, right, at the end of the year.
Okay.
What this player didn't do was win a Brownlow medal. And I would just like to start the show by saying I do acknowledge Clayton Oliver did not win a Brownlow medal. I had quite a bit of feedback.
Yeah.
I reckon I probably said 10 times that Clayton Oliver, GWS is going to get a Brownlow medal winner. I did sort of look up what his best finish in a Brownlow was, and it was one of those years, 21 or 22. It was third in the Brownlow behind Bontempelli and Wines. So Wines won on 36, Bont 33, and Oliver was on 30. Got 30
Yeah,
votes.
okay.
So I just thought he should have won a Brownlow.
Should have, yep.
But I do acknowledge
you were so confident about it. That's why I didn't say anything, because I was like, I can't really remember that happening, but it must have.
I was going to apologise, but I won't apologise because whatever. But I was wondering if you wanted to apologise for not picking it up.
No, I get literally when you said it, I was like, I don't really remember that happening, but it must have. You wouldn't be like so confident.
I would have said it 10 times in a row. So look, I don't know what came over me. All I can explain it is that there's so many things going on, and we're gonna go try and go through them and give you some reasoning around it. But like, mate, I don't know who's done what. After about round 24, 25, anything before that, I'm absolutely.
Do you know what? Maybe it's a bit.
Sorry for that, guys.
No, that's fine. Maybe it's a bit of a premonition about next year. Clayton goes to GWS, unlocks another 5 or 6 wins for them. Is probably best on ground for most of their wins
because this is now pretty much confirmed he's going to GWS, and that was a home wise sole guarantee of the week. Mm-hmm. Tom Morris has given an update on it, saying that it's likely he goes there. Do you know? Have you seen this?
No, I don't.
It's likely. This is our good friend Tom Morris. It's likely Clayton Oliver gets to GWS for either pick 35 because they just traded away pick 37.
Okay.
Either pick 35 or a future third. One of them.
What?
Yeah, mate.
That is significant unders.
They're just walking in, Brownlow medalists and all, straight to the Giants.
Oh, that is nothing. That's worse than Bailey Smith. Like, I remember Geelong feeling like Geelong got Bailey Smith for absolutely nothing. That's even worse.
Yeah, correct.
That's outrageous. Oh, Melbourne really don't want him then.
No.
They really don't.
I just was reading a couple of comments on YouTube. I was just patting there. Geez, Scully's fact-checking is elite on this episode. Riley Sanders is Tasmanian. So I got that wrong, apparently. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure the champion data guy said that at least the last 10 Brownlow medals for all 10 contested ball winners. What about Clayton Oliver? I'm just going to keep going. Chessa is really good at football. Clayton Oliver didn't win a Brownlow, you numpty.
Yep.
When did Clary win a Brownlow? Was this before Thanos used his Infinity Stones? Good. So anyway, thanks for the feedback. Took it on board, and I'm going to continue on.
If only Skeet was here, he probably would have pulled you up on it.
Oh, probably. Skeeter would be still chuckling away. No, he wouldn't. No, mate. Skeeter wouldn't know shit. Skeeter would not know shit. He would not have picked me up on anything. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Well, I did apologise. Look at that.
There you go. All right, let's talk some done deals. Firstly, Brody Myercheck and pick 71 goes to Melbourne for pick 61 and a future third round pick. Collingwood's best forward goes to Melbourne. Yeah,
he is their best forward. I mean, Jamie Elliott's pretty good, but like they've just been sort of mixing it up. Can I tell you what I did this weekend?
Yeah.
You never asked me, so thanks.
Sorry, what did you do this weekend?
We had our 2018 Premiership reunion.
Oh, wow.
Saturday night. So we did that at the Urban Winery, H&C Urban Winery in Freo.
Do you do this every year, or is it like...
Mate, to be honest, it's probably our first real one we've done it.
Because 7 years ago, it's like an odd milestone.
Yeah. A few of us sort of chatting and we're like, fuck, we just need to pull the trigger and start doing this properly. So it's really difficult. The split of players is kind of interesting. I think I had to sort of do it to distribute the invites. We extended it out past not just players as well. We did coaches and other people involved.
So how many of the 22 players are still around?
Who did I send this to? So not at West Coast, but in Perth.
Yep. That's you?
Schofield, Maston, Venables, Lacroix, Hutchings, Jetta, McGovern, Sheeter, JK. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 10 of us still in Perth not playing.
Really?
Or at the club still.
Yep.
Still at West Coast. Luke Shuey,
yep.
Shannon Hearn in coaching capacities. Elliot Yeo, Tom Cole, Liam Duggan, Jamie Cripps. There was Liam Ryan when I wrote this, but he is gone. And the interstate, interstate and playing or not playing, Scott Lysett, Jack Redden, Willie Rioli, Tom Barris, Nathan Vardy, Jack Darling and Liam Ryan. So there's a decent split. Even in the coaches, Adam Simpson is here but leaving. Daniel Pratt is coaching at the Bulldogs. Jamie Graham is coaching at Freo. Sam Mitchell is the head coach of Hawthorn. Adrian Hickmott is coaching at Hawthorn with Mitch. So literally all the coaches are gone.
Okay.
Nathan Van Berlo's in Adelaide. So basically, Sam Mitchell did not come.
Okay, good.
It was a pretty light on one. It wasn't like, all wear your stuff down, jumpers. Although Luke Schuh did wear his premiership medal, which was fucking very funny. Oh, it was a bit of a gag. Didn't bring his Norm though. He doesn't know where his Norm Smith is. He thinks it's at the club, but Anyway, it was just all getting together and having a good time. Why did I start talking about the premiership reunion? What I did on the weekend?
Yeah, we did on the weekend.
Yeah. You're talking about done deals. Gee.
It's surprising that there's only 2 players left playing at other clubs, in Tom Barris and Jack Darling.
Yeah, so I'm completely lost as to why I started talking about this, which is
Brody
really
Myercheck.
Brody Myercheck, great. So, off the back of that, we had a good night. Pretty mild, to be honest, from if we looked at how we used to behave to how we do now. Home and him tucked in bed before midnight. I realised that I'd never watched the 2018 Grand Final with my kids. Like they sort of they know all the guys, right? So they know like Gov and they know Jets and they know JK, but it's like Lottie's dad and Hutto's dad and Lewis and Daisy's dad and like Ollie's like. They don't know half of them are football players because like Nash was 4 months when we won 2018. And
it's just his friends' dads.
Yeah, mate. So I just kind of assume he knows like what winning the premiership means and that sort of stuff. But we never watched it. So I watched Siren to Siren, the 2018 Grand Final.
How was that?
And Brody Myercheck is a good player. That's why. Mate, I don't think I've done that for like 5 years. I've seen some highlights and stuff. It was really interesting watching. I tried to watch it with like a footy like analyst sort of view on it.
Yeah, right.
We chopped them up in the first and were down by 5 goals. Mate, we chopped them at centre bounce and then they just kicked transition goals. And
he was kicking goals from...
No, he kicked 1 goal. Just calm down. He kicked 1 goal. But... Yeah, it was interesting seeing who played well and who didn't actually particularly play very well and like different moments in the games and stuff.
I had to show my kids recently, I reckon in the last 2 weeks, 2018, because Louis has only ever seen West Coast be really bad.
Yeah.
And he said, have we ever won grand final? I said, yeah, it did. And I was like, Will played in that game. He's like, what do you mean? Like, because he knew that you sort of played footy, but not.
Yeah, no one gets it.
And so then showed him the video. He's like, that's him on the ground. I'm like, yeah, that's him. So yeah, we were watching part of it.
Brody Myercheck didn't particularly play that well in 2018. He was matched up on McGovern. And McGovern was one of the best players. Tom Barris was very good too. But Brody Myercheck historically has played very well against West Coast. And I rate him highly, like highly. So for him to get to Melbourne for basically nothing.
Why does he go to Melbourne? Like, what's in it for him? Just coin. Yep.
It ain't. Every dollar.
Yeah.
Absolutely every dollar. Thanks for coming. They're paying up, and they want him around Van Rooyen and a few others. They got there. They need a
Collingwood got like who are they going to be sinking money and time into as a key forward?
Collingwood.
Yeah. To replace.
Don't put me on the spot like that. I'm sure someone's just been traded there that I don't know about.
Yeah. But there's no obvious like
no one. They don't even have a key forward.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I'm sure there's someone linked and everyone's just chuckling away like, how do you not know about this bloke? I don't know. Somebody?
Yeah, someone.
They're interested in Jai Simpkin, Collingwood. He's not forward.
He's not a
key forward.
Let's move on from Collingwood. Liam Bryan.
Is that a big realisation they don't have a key forward?
Well, yeah, that's...
Mason Cox is running around down there and Billy Frampton's been thrown forward.
There's probably some young guy that everyone's up and about, but...
Sorry, Collingwood fans.
Really watch them. Liam Bryan and a 2027 third-round pick goes to St Kilda for a 2026 round 2 pick to West Coast.
So West Coast have been, with St Kilda, the most active in this trade period because
Right.
we can talk about some other deals that have been done, right? So Tyler Young got done this morning to West Coast for pick 38. Campbell Chesser went to Carlton for pick 41, I think, on Friday.
Yep. Goodbye Carlton as well with the oversized Carlton Guernsey.
Oscar Allen, yeah, that was very good.
Yep.
Oscar Allen has gone to Brisbane.
Yep.
And now Liam Ryan basically walks out the door for nothing. So they are making moves. I don't know anything about Tyler Young. They have recruited a lot out of Richmond, which I believe Matty Clark, as well as obviously Andrew McWalter's connection, does feel a little bit of going back to the well a bit.
Of course, that does feel like, I don't know, just getting all their players out of Richmond that he liked to work with. But I've seen on Twitter Richmond fans like a bit flat about this one. I don't think he's shown. I don't think he's been awesome, but they're sort of that one that they thought, oh, he'll come good.
Pick 38's a second round pick, mate.
Yeah.
That's a second round pick. Liam Ryan just got traded away. He's a fucking All-Australian. He's gone for a third rounder.
Yeah.
So I've seen West Coast fans.
If it wasn't for Tyler Young's age, I think he would be much. I just keep seeing about he was almost there. He was almost there, and them being a bit flat about. But I think pick 38 is decent to get in return.
So far West Coast has managed to turn Tom Barras and pick 23 into pick 13, 34, 53 and Tyler Young. Where'd you pull that from?
Saw it on Twitter.
What does that mean? That at sight looks terrible.
Yeah, it is.
That looks god awful.
It's tracing back the picks that was used with the Tom Barras deal and what we've actually got in return for it, and it doesn't look great.
Vice captain, key defender, great leader, great player, and pick 23 for 13, 34, 53 and Tyler Young, with all respect to Tyler Young. What the fuck is that?
There's been some questions around West Coast's list management of the past, but
their list sucks. That's why. So it's sort of, the questions are around the facts of the results. So look, I think they're doing as much as they can.
They're trying.
They don't have any
make moves.
They don't have any big names on the thing. I had someone email me last night around Lee Kalir. Like, would that be someone that West Coast would be looking at? I read somewhere that they're not at all. I wouldn't think there'd be too many players that have played games of AFL footy and been good AFL players that West Coast shouldn't be looking at.
Oh yeah, they should be calling that every single person.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting year. Given that I've put my, I guess our sort of podcasting network on the line if West Coast don't win more than one game. But I think they're getting better. It's just not big steps. I mean, I just don't see how Liam Ryan and Oscar Allen leaving make them better. I don't think that makes them better. Starcevic coming does.
It feels like the turning of we're on a new trajectory now.
Okay.
Like this is like, all right, we're making some decisions. We're going in a different direction.
Watching the game yesterday, Collingwood, West Coast, how many players are still playing in the AFL from each team?
It'd be 6 from West Coast.
7, I believe.
7. Okay,
and
Collingwood, much more.
It's not that many more, I don't think. 10, I believe.
Feels like it'd be way more.
Yeah, there's a few players that weren't playing that are playing. Like Darcy Moore didn't play in 2018. Right. Who's still playing. There's a few sort of like that. But yeah, sort of 10 and 7. But only 4 of those are still on West Coast list, whereas I think 8 are still on Collingwood's list.
There's only, and Collingwood are probably in a much better situation than West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Will Brodie goes to Port Adelaide for pick 103. So for basically, I don't know what round that is or where that is, but
that's nothing.
Yeah, we just need something. What have you got? Well, you can have this, sure.
That is
just to make the deal done.
Absolutely nothing. Will Brodie will make Port Adelaide better.
He was one I was hoping West Coast would have a crack at.
It'd be interesting to see how Port Adelaide go next year. They've built a very good coaching staff over there. Luke Webster involved in that, former West Coast coach. Stewie Dew has been assigned under Josh Carr. So they're building a really good coaching staff. It's going to be really interesting to see if change of coach, change of game plan, if they hadn't already, and buy into new coaching structures, and if they can keep Butters and he doesn't walk out the door this year. Port Adelaide could be...
It could be decent.
They could be decent and challenge for top 4, and they could also be a bottom 4 side.
Yeah, they could be
they're a
best team in the
flip-flop.
comp.
But there's a couple of teams that aren't going to do anything.
Yeah.
They could be anything. They could literally go either end of the table, and I don't know where to place them as yet. I reckon they're going to embarrass a lot of people. You're either going to think they're going to be good and they're going to be shit.
Yep.
Or you think they're going to be shit and they're going to be good.
Yeah. Max Heath goes to Melbourne for a 2027 round 4 pick.
Yeah, look, this is, there's all due respect. None of these are really moving any sort of needles. I mean, this one here is the 3-wayer with Ben Ainsworth and Corey Durden. So that's Port Adelaide, Gold Coast and Carlton. Like that is one, like Ben Ainsworth I think will be a good player for Carlton. So he gets to Carlton and there's a bunch of picks involved in this. Corey Durden goes to Port Adelaide and Gold Coast get a second round pick. That's sort of how it all works, and there's a bunch of other picks being traded around. Like Ben Ainsworth is a good player. Corey Durden's played good football. I don't know if he's been consistent enough, but like that is one that may move the needle. But Max Heath to Melbourne, meh. Tyler Young to West Coast, Will Brodie, hasn't played in 2 years, whatever. Tyler Young, spoke about Campbell Chesser, we don't know. I mean, are you disappointed to lose Campbell Chesser?
Yeah, but I'm disappointed to get Campbell. The only one I'm probably not that disappointed about is Liam Ryan. Just because,
You're not disappointed about Liam Ryan?
Well, I just he wants to go, I don't feel bitter about it. Whereas Campbell Chesser, I feel a bit bitter about it.
Right.
I'm disappointed that Liam Ryan's gone because he's so awesome to watch.
He's just a good player.
He's a good player and usually does something cool every game that you're like, that was so great. Yeah, but I don't know, I like him and he wants to go to St Kilda, go have a great time.
Yeah, so they're all the deals that have been done. There are ones sort of roving and rolling around. So if anything happens while we're bringing this to you, we can bring to you. But
they're also waiting, I think, for that final hour for the drama,
which we will be live on YouTube for the final 90 minutes, I believe. Is that what we're doing? When are we going to start?
Yeah, we're going to start at 3:30 Perth time.
Perfect.
3:30 Perth time.
Yep.
That'll be live on YouTube, and then we'll do a little wrap, and we'll just finish whenever. We'll stay live. Okay, this is one to ask you about. Charlie Curnow travelling to Sydney today to tour the club's facilities. Talk to me about a club facility tour. Well, here's the locker rooms. This is our ice bath. He's like, we'll come here then.
All right, this is off the back of Geelong putting 3 first-rounders on the table and Carlton laughing at them, which is interesting, but I think that's off the back of Geelong being good and those first-rounders basically being worth nothing.
Yeah.
I've never personally seen a club tour. I've never been on one, and I've never seen one in progress with any sort of players that are rumoured or linked. Like they get
done Lathlane.
But I played at Lathlane.
Yeah, I know, they would have given you like a tour.
Yeah, but that's not the tour, mate. No. Because these club tours that get, Charlie Curnow's club tour, Clayton Oliver club tour. What are you going to do?
The Blue Goose. What are you touring the facilities?
But what are you going to do? Like, here's the gym.
Yeah.
Here's our meeting room. Here's the players' lounge.
Bench press. Great.
Fucking all in, chips in. No, the club tour is the wine and dine.
Yeah.
Clayton Oliver.
Yeah.
Right. I mentioned this to Simo on Saturday. I said, mate, surely West Coast should just be like buying a boat and just getting them around Roddo and just bring over Petracca, Bont, all these guys. And he's like, yeah, it's a good idea. We probably didn't do that enough as a football club. So
please, you're the richest club in the comp.
Well, that's fine, but that's going to get someone over the line. Like, seeing that, mate, club facilities. He's not the club. Like, I don't know why this gets said. Like, going to Sydney today for a tour of the club's facilities. He's just meeting everybody. What I do like about this one, Pav's there. Ooh. Matthew Pavlich, CEO.
Yeah, this would be his first big fish.
I reckon he wants him badly, and I reckon Pav knows how to wine and dine. So I'd be less interested in the doorstop out the front of the Sydney Footy Club. Like, what did you see in there? What are we thinking? Yeah. And find out where they're going for dinner, because they'll be going somewhere for dinner.
It's not fancy.
It's not the Blue Goose.
Sydney's got lots to offer in that regard as
well. I reckon you got to find, if you're a journo and you want to put your money where your mouth is, Charlie Curnow, where he's going for dinner tonight, would be of interest. Now, while we're on that, our good friend Mitch Cleary, which I'm happy to say, there's a few people that aren't our good friends. He is. He's given us multiple interviews. He's given us his time. He's happy to jump on when possible. Busy man, newsbreaker. Probably the best in the business.
A kind person as well.
Right up there in the best in the business, I think. He's had a shit week.
He's copped it.
No, well, okay, you can defend the journalists if you want here, mate. But I don't know if the Oliver one was that to me was a little bit like, you could say that getting to the airport, like very, very public place and like,
yep.
You know, he's of interest and he's clearly flying to Sydney to see GWS, which Mitch obviously knew. He knew he wasn't going on holidays, that sort of stuff. It's sort of linked to footy. You can sort of get, but like the way Oliver treated Mitch Cleary was like, get fucked. Like basically like, fuck off, which I enjoyed. Where you fall on the scale of journalism v blah, blah, blah. But overall, it was pretty poorly received publicly, I thought. If you had to put the scale of like whether people liked it or thought it was doing their job, I put it on X, it was probably 90-10. 90 people going, this is disgraceful, and 10 being like it's his job.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Did you see the Zach Butters roll up while playing golf?
Yeah, I did.
That was horrific. And then he's on X to like doubling down and defending it. Tommy Rockcliffe, our very good friend on BackChat, was going him.
Yeah.
Mitch
said that the
boss was, mate, there was all sorts of things going on X.
Mitch said that they asked him to film their birdie putt.
Mate, you could just see that was one of the more out of the bushes type operations you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Mitch was defending it, saying, I only asked him 3 questions, but why? Like what? Like, are you going to be playing? Are you going to enjoy Port Adelaide next year?
They're never going to say anything.
How was it? I think that one of the questions was, how'd you hit him?
How'd you hit him? Yeah.
Mate, that's not. No one gives a shit about that. What's ever going to happen there? And then the drive off, like the driver, like that was, I reckon, Hall of Fame sort of areas of shock and doorstops.
I just think Mitch Cleary right now has a bit of. What's that? What did that guy say? Love me or hate me, you still watched.
Well, why though? I still think he's like one of the good ones of these. Like, it's not the job is the job. You're trying to break news. That's not great.
You have to know you're not going to break news at the golf
There's
course.
a grubbiness about it. I'm sorry to say that to journalists out there, which I'm sure a lot are listening to. There's a grubbiness to it. Now, you can either handle it like a grub, right, and be in the literal bushes, which is what this was.
Yeah.
Or you can protect your sources. You can be very methodical about it.
People are just going to stop talking to him. But I don't know if they'll stop talking to Mitch. But like, if you keep acting and being grubby, eventually people will stop giving you information.
I just saw, and I still am happy to hold it, I think he's one of the good ones. I think he breaks news and he gets stories, but he probably does it the right way. That golf thing was not the right way. That was if you haven't seen it, go and see it. Bad. Like, just bad all over. The manager, someone's manager's driving, like, it was, that's not the job. I don't reckon that's the job. He's playing golf.
What if, like...
What
if Mitch has good connections with a bunch of football clubs and they love it, though? Because it messes...
Who loves it?
The footy clubs.
They love what? They love door stopping at golf clubs.
No, they love the fact that it's going after Zach Butters and stuff. So so the Western Bulldogs are like, that's it. Keep stirring shit and we'll keep feeding you information.
That's not a what if. Like, that's absolutely... Mitch can still get the information.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not he literally gets in a fucking... what's the... Not a Yeti suit. Like
Yowie?
No, the sniper suit. Like
I think it's called a Yowie suit.
It's Apple.
Oh,
ghillie suit.
Yeah, thank you.
Yowie.
Yeah, the chocolate.
Where have you pulled Yowie suit from? That's like Clayton Oliver winning a Brownlow. At least I called you out. Yowie suit. A ghillie suit. Like, I would not be surprised if you flipped the camera around and he was in a full sniper ghillie suit. And he'd like just walk out from behind a tree. Like
walking golf bag.
G'day, Zach, how you going, mate? How'd you hit him today? Like, how'd you hit him today? What do you want Butters to say to that? Oh, yeah, fucking awesome, mate. Yeah.
Also, P.S. I'm going to go to...
Can we have a chat? Yeah, correct. Yeah, and I'm going to Hawthorn.
St Kilda has pulled out of the Leakalea deal. This happened sort of late last week, a lot of talk around it. What do you think this means for St Kilda? people saying like, managers won't deal with them in the future and stuff. Is a bit overblown? I feel like this happens probably more often than we know.
Mate, this is, if we're talking about grubby journalist behaviour, this is grubby club behaviour. They wined and dined him for 2 years. This isn't a one that come up in trade period and Leake's gone, I just want to get to St Kilda. The reports coming out is that St Kilda wined and dined him for 2 years.
Yep.
Finally broke the back, finally got him over the line. He finally gets his mental sort of, I'm going to go, I'm going to leave. I don't really want to leave, but these guys have got money for me.
Apparently
these guys got...
So you got plenty of money? Plenty of money, yeah.
Right, just remember, that's Garby Allen saying they got plenty of money, right? They got plenty of money, mate. You know, Leake, you got money? I've got heaps of money, mate. I'm going to see my fucking cash out the back. I've got heaps of it for you, mate. That's the play. And then 6 days out from the end of the trade period, they just go, no, we're not getting you. We're not going to work with GWS. I found that bizarre. GWS have come out aggressively around it. People have gone aggressive at St Kilda. I think it's really poor by St Kilda.
Apparently, Leakley was devastated in the exit meeting. He would have been like, I want to leave. I'm really sorry.
I have to go here. The deals, I've got heaps of cash.
They got heaps of cash to splash.
Mate. So apparently North is now showing interest in Leakley.
Someone should.
West Coast?
Yeah, West Coast should. They could build a...
I thought it was really poor by St Kilda, who have had nothing but wins over the last 3 months. I reckon the last sort of 72... 96 hours has been really poor for St Kilda.
I was a bit worried because Liam Ryan, I know Harley really loves Liam Ryan, probably one of his closest mates at the club. And if St Kilda are just starting to put things out there so that they can go after Harley in a couple of years and offer him a lot of money. But after seeing that, maybe I'm like, he'll see that and go, that's grubby.
You just don't want grubs, mate. You want people to be to their word.
Yep.
You don't want them in ghillie suits jumping out of bushes, right? And you just want to get on and you just want to... So let people just sort of get on with it. If you want to go and break news, just go and get the information from someone else. You don't need to get Zach Butters putting his putter in his bag, playing golf with a couple of... Oh, my goodness gracious, man.
Rowan Marshall is trying to get to Geelong, but Saints didn't pick their original offer of pick 19. Is that...
Right. So with this one, he does not want to go back to St Kilda. He does not want to be at Moorabbin next year. A good friend, Tom Morris. Rowan Marshall's still committed to Geelong. He doesn't want to go back to Moorabbin. And the Cats are exploring ways to bring him in. So whether St Kilda is actually receptive to it, whether they'll hold him to the deal, but if pick 19 doesn't do it, St Kilda might end up asking for a future first, then it's up to the Cats to blink. I reckon this one gets done. I reckon Rowan Marshall will get to Geelong and the Cats for once will have to give up more than they want to give up. But can they get Charlie Curnow done at the same time? One thing's for sure, Charlie Curnow absolutely doesn't want to be at Carlton.
No.
If he's going to Sydney, he's going to Geelong, he just wants out. Wait for Gold Coast to roll out the Burleigh Path, mate. You wait. He's gone. Curnow gone, guarantee of the week. No more solid.
Ollie Florent told to look at trade options.
Ollie Florent has been told to look at trade options.
Yeah, so I think this is around... I saw something around this being potentially so that they could help with the Curnow deal. So
Tom Morris says Sydney has spent all weekend navigating complexities around asking contracted players if they'd be willing and open to leaving. So clearly a fair bit of... you've got to get a fair bit of this right, because if you go up to Chad Warner, who's a cultural player, and you ask him, are you up for leaving? It can actually damage the inside of the club.
They'd start to talk to other players.
Well, fucking what are these contracts worth? You know, it's sort of like the club turning the tables a little bit, but no one really wants to do that. So basically they're working out what's enough for Carlton to twitch. So given that the Geelong deal completely was a no, and the Blues have said no, we're not trading, it needs to be pretty good. Maybe Ollie Florent is involved in that. James Rowbottom's name has been thrown around everywhere, as well as Will Haywood. All three of those players are very good players.
Good players.
Yeah. So apparently Craig McRae has spoken to Rowbottom, Collingwood. Maybe they should speak to Charlie Curnow. Maybe Curnow should play for Collingwood. Maybe.
That'd be big.
It's not close enough to the surf, though. He needs barrels. That's what he's chasing.
Chasing barrels.
He was having dinner with Bailey Smith all weekend.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
They're business partners.
Yeah, they are.
I wouldn't read too much into that.
There was a bag of footballs that they were kicking together at Baz's house. Thought it was a nice little kick-to-kick session with the boys. Speaking of chasing barrels, Jamara Ugle-Hagan has passed a medical at the Gold Coast.
Right.
So a 200K salary is on offer. This must be with some triggers or something, right? Or is
200 grand.
Yeah,
That is like a rookie wage.
Yeah, so they're obviously saying, prove to us that you can hang around.
Well, I think that's good. If that's the case, I think that's what he needs. He needs a, hey, we're not going to pay you anything,
Yeah,
especially
we'll
if
give you
you
a
can't
chance.
you can't even rock up at your club. I haven't been at the Bulldogs all year. So
Yep.
we're happy to give you a chance. I think it's unlikely at this stage that he returns to anything as a footballer. I hope he returns as a good bloke, but from what I'm hearing, I don't know how significant this is. He could be up on the Gold Coast literally just chasing barrels and burley pavilions. So I wouldn't read too much into that one. I mean, one that is in here that we haven't really updated is Zach Merrett. So what's come out this morning is basically Essendon has been just a flat no. Said that a number of times on here. He's not going anywhere. He's not doing anything with Zach Merrett. It doesn't matter what you give us. He's our captain. He's contracted. See you later. But he hasn't asked for it. That's pretty much how I've read it. We're not doing anything, not trying anything. You can't have Zach Merrett.
Yep.
But also he hasn't asked for it. So this morning, it's believed that today, Zach Merrett's manager, who has been trying to operate behind closed doors, a bit of backroom dealings. I don't know what goes on back there either. I don't know about the club tour or the backroom dealings. Zach Merrett's manager is going to officially ask for a trade to Hawthorn. Zach Merrett definitely wants to be at Hawthorn. And it's sort of still up in the air whether or not Zach Merrett goes public with it. So,
because there's no return then. That's the point of no return.
Well,
as soon as he comes out.
You're right. But that is what I believe
they're playing chicken.
That's what they're trying to do. Merrett's camp are trying to make it so it's the point of no return.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way he gets to leave.
But they don't want to come out and say it directly.
No, well, they don't want to do that. Yeah. They don't want to, but it's the only reason.
Just do it. Like, shut up and just do it. Seriously. Like, what is this?
I'm getting more towards that. I reckon just Zach Merrett holds a presser and being like, I want to go to Hawthorn. Essendon is shit. I want out.
Or just do a press and be like, just stop talking about I'm staying at Essendon. I'm going to play out my career in Essendon. Like, you can't tell me in the next 2 weeks he's still trying to decide. He knows what he wants to do.
Not 2 weeks. They got 2 days.
2 days. Well, yeah,
not 2 weeks. The trade deadline is in 2 days' time. So he has 2 days.
If you're still trying to make your mind up, you're lying.
Go biblical with it, I reckon.
Yeah, and just
rip it off.
the Band-Aid off.
If you want to do it, do it. And if it doesn't get done, right, it's. I don't think it's going to be that much worse than it is right now. It's pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
He's a captain and it's rumours floating around. He hasn't come out and said, I'm an Essendon player till I die. And unless he does that, I don't think it can be retrieved. So you may as well rip the Band-Aid off and go biblical and just try to get to Hawthorn.
I'm still filthy about Oscar Allen being forced to do a press conference and apologise. Seeing this roll out, it's just, come on. All right.
That's a good point.
This is what
maybe they should put him at gunpoint like they do with Oscar.
I'm going to read out some players' names and you're going to say where they end up after the trade deadline.
Okay, great.
Okay, so here we go. Zach Merrett.
Zach Merrett, Hawthorn, gets done. See you later. He needs to go biblical though. If he carries on behind closed doors, then I don't know if it gets done. But he needs to go public with it.
Charlie Curnow.
Charlie Curnow will end up at. I still think it's a Northern Stater. Gold Coast doesn't seem involved anymore with the Petracca picker. I think it goes to Sydney. I think it gets done to Sydney somehow with players involved.
Christian Petracca.
Gone, absolutely gone. I believe that's happening. I think it's pick 7 and 8.
That's right.
So that is as good as done.
Gold Coast then.
Gold Coast Suns. Expected to be 7 and 8, I believe, if you give me 1 second just to check. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place today.
That's right. It's trade time.
Yeah, providing they get 24 back, they will give 7 and 8. So basically, Melbourne will have lost Petracca and McVee for 7 and 8, with a few other picks around. So McVee, of course, coming to
I'm stoked about that because I think West Coast try for that pick 7 from Gold Coast.
6.
Pick 6, sorry.
I think you're looking at, and I think it could be the same thing. So it could be gone.
Yep.
So you may not get it.
Jai Simpkin.
This is a weird one, mate.
It seems a bit flattening for Jai Simpkin that, like, he goes, you know what? I want to go test the waters. And everyone's like, nah, no thanks.
He's the captain of North. I think out of all of them, Merrett, Essendon sort of situation, Oscar Allen, Thingo, who's the other captain? Jack Steele.
Yep.
I mean, that looks brilliant for him. Like, you can't be captain and like, I want to stay still. Like, what a fucking champion he must be. This Jai Simpkin one looks a bit just genuine cash grab. Like,
but he must have been told that there's value out there for him by his manager if he's asked for it for cash.
Oh, that doesn't look good, mate. I don't think it gets done, and that's just a rank situation. To be playing on like the fat side wing at North Melbourne, like about as bottom of the barrel as you can get as the captain or non-captain or whatever he is now. So no, staying at North.
Rowan Marshall,
I think will get to Geelong. I just don't. Yeah, no, he's going to get to Geelong because I think that Curnow will go to Sydney.
Calamarchi, there's a bit of news floating around about him.
He's not going to West Coast. Back to Adelaide, I believe.
Yeah, that looks like it was.
So I think that'll get done, mate.
It says first round pick. Brisbane want Adelaide's first round pick.
Yeah,
in return.
That's an interesting ask. I think even though it's a late pick, given where they finished.
Stephen May. I can't remember what's happening with Stephen.
Basically Stephen May got told by, I think, them, like, you can stay and we're happy to have you, but if you can get a better deal, we'll just piss off.
Yep.
So doesn't sound like there's a lot of interest for Stephen May, which is pretty grim.
It is.
Some of these are pretty. It's pretty grim.
I'll go play for someone else.
Yeah, correct.
Nobody wants you.
Like really, really grim. I think we've covered all the big hitters there. Clayton Oliver will be absolutely out the door. That absolutely gets done. Which, you know, Brownlow or not, I still think Clayton Oliver to GWS is a big steal.
Definitely.
Like, I think that's it.
He makes them so good.
Yeah, I think. Look, his standards dropped away clearly, but if he can get his shit together, he's won the best and fairest 4 times.
Yeah.
I went on this spiel on bloody Thursday, but like, very good player. Should have won a Brownlow.
One of our sources over in the Melbourne side of things.
What sort of sauce?
Probably a mayo or something. Like, you know, not that strong, but you know, reckons
but
standards
nice.
generally at Melbourne have slipped horribly.
Right.
And so, you know, I think if Clayton Oliver's standards have slipped, maybe it's just a Melbourne thing. Maybe it's not a him thing.
I mean, Petracca and Oliver out the door, and McVeigh out the door.
May.
I mean, they don't even want Melbourne. Melbourne ain't looking good.
Should have kept Ben Brown.
There's a couple of teams that are not looking good.
Yeah.
Carlton situation for me isn't looking amazing.
Essendon
not looking good.
Port Adelaide.
North Melbourne not looking good.
Could be really bad.
So at least West Coast is like making moves. Like, at the very least, making moves.
Yeah.
I don't really like any of them.
And our expectations are low.
I don't really like any of them. Oscar Allen's probably the only one I like because you get pick 2. You get something relevant.
That's the other thing. We don't know what pick 1 and 2 is going to be. Yeah. They could literally be the greatest 1-2 players of all time.
But at least West Coast made a move. What's Kangaroos doing?
Yeah.
What are Kangaroos doing?
They don't even have a first-round pick.
What?
They have no first-round pick this year.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. They can't even get a first-round pick for Jai Simpkin.
I reckon Clarko's under pressure ASAP if they don't start the year well.
Absolutely.
Which is outrageous.
But they're not going to be good.
No, I can't see how do they improve?
They're not going to be better. They'll probably be better than the bottom 3 or bottom 4, but they're not that much better.
Why?
Well, I'm just assuming because West Coast will be down there.
I think how many games are West Coast? Far too early prediction for 2026. How many games does West Coast win next year?
7.
I think that's well overs.
Oh,
I reckon you can win 4. I reckon West Coast winning 4 games next year and being in another 6 to 10 of games that are like, we could have won
2
that.
goals.
Yeah, we could have won that if we were a little bit older or a bit more experienced.
There was 10 of those this year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So surely you convert 3 more of those and win 4. So 7 would be
1 to 7 is a big jump. I'm going to go 5 actually. Refrain. That's 5. Right. Should we go to some questions and stuff from YouTube? Firstly, this is from Sydney, from Albany, which is a bit of a mind F. Good morning, Scully and Skeet. If Skeet is alive, last known location is Lombok doing shady backdoor punk.
It also says, not Sydney, sweetie. Get your head out of the gutter, Skeeter.
Shame.
That would be good.
With the national draft coming up, could other clubs see this as an opportunity to hurt the Eagles? For example, bid on an upcoming NGA player and make the Eagles pay up. Cheers.
Sydney from Albany, not Sydney, sweetie. So with the national draft,
I think we've seen teams just don't do this stuff. Like when there's a father-son pick, they don't bid on them to mess with the other team. Everyone's too soft.
So Charlie Banfield won the WA State Combine 2K time trial. So son of Drew.
6 minutes, 6 seconds, I think it was.
6:09, I reckon, or something like that. Yeah, maybe 6:06. So it was quick. I was surprised.
He won best on at the Reserves Grand Final?
The Colts Grand Final. Yeah, so I assume West Coast is just getting him father-son. To be honest, I haven't seen how they're getting that done. I just assume they're picking him up. Is he draftable this year? I just assume he's getting added.
He's old enough to be drafted?
Yeah, he's a good player. When we played him in the PSA, I just tagged the shit out of him. He's such a gun. Like, he's so good.
And he's got another younger brother as well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
didn't they both win best on in there?
They were both playing in the Colts game. So Charlie got best on. So yeah, I think that Harper's the other one. Harper's the younger brother, but that's good. I agree with you. I don't think it gets done enough. I don't think clubs put the other ones under pressure enough to sort of make any of that sort of happen. That whole thing needs a complete refresh, to be really honest. The next gen academies and stuff.
I don't understand it.
Well, clearly I don't either. So yeah, I mean,
it's too complicated.
Yeah, correct.
All right, another one here from Luap JB on YouTube. I used to really admire McRae, but this year a very ugly side of him has emerged. He has become a rather toxic person in the face of adversity and loss, which is the opposite of what he only recently preached.
Yeah, I reckon...
Seen a bit of this from his press conferences and stuff?
Public messaging hasn't been ideal. You got to remember that Craig McRae is like a premiership winning player. All coaches are ruthless animals. Every single one of them. And whether you think they're ruthless enough or if they're hard enough or they're not old school enough, almost to a T, they've all played AFL at high levels, achieved a lot, or coached teams of men, like Chris Fagan's one of these guys, that has been coaching for a long time, that is ruthless. That is a ruthless man. They're all so ruthless. So what you see in their media stuff, like when they're soft, like McRae's been sort of soft publicly, deep down bubbling away as this like ruthless competitor. They're all like that. Doesn't matter how they put themselves forward. So I reckon...
Do you think the team cares?
I reckon it was false bravado. It was a bit of false crap that's been rolled out for his first few years, and we're starting to see the real fly now, which I got no problem with. He can be competitive. And he can be...
the players, I'm sure, would love it.
The players, well... I don't know if they would have loved the best and fairest commentary around Darcy Cameron stuff.
That was dumb.
I reckon we need to stop calling it cheeky. Oh, cheeky fly. He's just being cheeky. Oh, that's me being cheeky. I've heard Collingwood say it. I've heard him say it, just being cheeky. Just say you're being a ruthless. I'm just being...
Yeah, I'm an arsehole.
I'm being ruthless. I don't really give a shit about your other clubs. Sam Mitchell,
he's got that.
He does it in a nice way, but I said this before he started coaching, the most competitive person I've met, and you can see it. And he doesn't really give a shit about anyone else.
No.
Which, if I'm Hawthorn, I'm okay with. So if you're Collingwood, are you okay with McRae's commentary? Probably, yeah. I didn't really get the whole... No, I don't want to say it. I didn't really understand I want to say it because I know a lot of people talk about it. I didn't really understand the whole Hamish McLaughlin interview when he was like down to $50, giving his $50 to a homeless person. I didn't really understand.
I didn't know it. Don't even know what you're talking about.
Hamish McLaughlin did an interview with him.
Recently, right?
Yeah, like his thing. Like sitting down with... For
the first time ever.
Yeah, like it was in-depth interview.
Yep.
And look, Fly's thing was like, he had like gambling issues or something, and he got down to like $50 in his bank account, and he was leaving the ATM with his last 50 and saw a homeless person, gave him a $50 note.
What?
How do you not know this? How do you not know this?
I have not seen that.
Mate.
Why did you tell that story?
Look it up now. While I keep talking, look it up. Craig McRae last $50. I didn't quite understand all that, to be really honest. I'll keep going with the fines.
He's just trying to prove that he's a legend.
Well, so don't bag it too much. I mean, just have a look, see if you can find it.
Play it?
This is from Aaron. Yeah, I want you to play it if possible. Aaron F9 on YouTube. Carlton got smashed back when they were in trouble for salary cap issues. Lost first round picks, 2 years fine, almost $1 million. Yeah, that's because they were paying Chris Judd like $1 million outside of the salary cap. I don't know if Geelong's sort of issues have been that, but it just seems of regular occurrence, which is not good. Geelong get a fine for admin errors. Yeah, Aaron, I agree. I just think what Carlton did, like there was a fair bit of documented deliberately cheating.
Oh, yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
Geelong, I guess it's being portrayed that they did it by accident.
Oh, whoops.
Maybe they're just better at cheating.
Oh, we didn't mean to give Baz an extra 200.
Allegedly. Have you found it?
All right, yeah, I found it. I'll play it.
Turn your volume up, buddy.
Why isn't spacebar hit play? How do you play it?
For a long time in my life, I was sort of, just on surface level going really well, and then underneath going almost rock bottom. I haven't shared this before, but I remember.
Have you not seen this?
I haven't seen
He's
this.
like, there's a lot of, he's a fair bit of emotion.
20 years ago, go in the bank and get my last $50 out.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave it to a homeless guy because it looked like he needed them more than me. And that was the moment I go, what are you doing? Like, where are you going?
Yeah, look, he's clearly very emotional about it. I don't really understand that. I don't really understand the context behind it. I didn't watch the whole interview. I don't know how you haven't seen that, but anyway.
Okay.
Can we let's move on from that. I don't know if so this is Ewan via email, Dan, and I'll read this to you and then we can talk about it. Because it's a bit of a story and I like it. I was listening to your show on Thursday the 9th of October. So this was Thursday, just gone. And I had to laugh at the gag about Josh and Nick Dacos sleeping in bunk beds as there may be some truth to it. Didn't you say this?
Yeah, I've heard it. That's true.
I was in Melbourne at the start of the footy season and my mate had been telling me all night that the Dacos family lived next door to him all night. I thought he was talking shit. However, how wrong was I? I'd had a few shelters and was waiting for my Uber and the same kind of car I was waiting for pulled up. So I walked over and lo and behold, it was Peter Dacos. He had his window down and said, "Sorry, mate, not Uber." As I continued to wait, 10 minutes would have passed by when Josh Dacos pulled up with his partner and walked into the house. Not even 5 minutes later, Nick Dacos pulled up with his partner and walked into the house. So there could be some truth to them sharing bunk beds from you and Oliver.
There we go.
They could have just been going to their parents' house for dinner. But they could also all be sleeping in one room with 8 different bunk beds and they just shack up in there and that could be the
sounds
truth.
awesome. Sounds like a good time.
Maybe we should send Mitch Cleary into whatever suburb this is in Melbourne in a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
And Gilliam.
He could hide in like a trundle roll-in bed or something like that.
He could be a bed. Like a Trojan horse. Just wheel him in there.
I don't seem to cop it that much on Twitter from people. I'm a bit of Craig McRae cheeky at times.
Nuffy, yeah.
Say
you're
things. But that bunk bed comment seemed to cause a bit of stir.
People weren't happy with it.
Yeah, some Collingwood fan was filthy about that, about the bunk bed comment.
In what context?
Oh, it's just like, you and Will always hang out. What, do you guys have bunk beds? It was like,
Did you say yes? Did you tell him about our bunk bed?
I was like, we've got 6 bunk beds. It was a real sore point. So no, look, I don't know if they actually have bunk beds, but if my kids have bunk beds and they love it. So
my kids have got bunk beds too, and they're brothers, like Josh and Nick.
What's wrong with that?
Maybe they're still in their bunk beds. Say there's anything wrong with
Maybe
it.
they have matching pajamas.
Yeah, correct.
Quick look on Twitter if there's any other breaking news, any golf clubs being approached.
I think we're out, mate. I keep getting signed out of my account, so I think we're done, mate.
Yeah.
You done? Got any breaking news for me?
Yeah, Cooper Flagg looks very good.
What?
The Dallas Mavericks pick 1 could be the greatest player of all time.
I haven't. Oh, sorry, NBA.
Yeah. So I just want to throw that in
Who
there.
plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Anyone good?
Yeah, Edwards. Is it
Carl
Edwards?
Anthony Towns?
Anthony Edwards. Carl Anthony Towns doesn't play there anymore.
He used to play there?
He used to, yeah. Went to the Knicks.
So the Timberwolves are playing the Lakers in LA when I'm there.
You should go. LeBron won't be playing, but Luka will be.
Why won't he play?
He's out for 4 weeks with some old man injury.
Luka Doncic plays for the Timberwolves?
Lakers.
Oh, he plays for the Lakers?
Yeah.
He does too. I forgot about that. Oh, that's why you hate him.
No, I don't hate Luka. I hate the Lakers.
Yeah, cool.
You should definitely go to that.
I'm trying to. It's honestly, if there's anyone with any sort of connections with the Lakers, if you get in touch, that'd be great because like nosebleeds are like $300 US a person.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Cooked.
Did you see that a guy was trying to
get there
sue
for free.
LeBron for?
Saw that, yeah.
Yeah, for $800.
So maybe they'll be cooling off. I wonder if anyone has been to a Lakers game and got a little hack for me, like go to the second light post on the left, and there'll be a guy with a red bag and he sells tickets and they're actually legit. Like, I'm very happy to pay
Do you know what
cash.
you need to do?
Very happy.
You need to.
I'm very happy to scalp.
You need to contact the club and say
Lakers?
Yeah, contact the club or whoever the home team is and say, you're an Australian media person and I want to like come and experience...
With my wife and 2 kids.
Yeah, that's fine.
All
They
right.
love that stuff.
So what we're going to do after we finish this, you're going to write that for me as my senior sort of producer and manager and like, hey guys, we've got an exciting opportunity for you. We're going to present it like that to the Lakers.
Exactly.
We have an opportunity for you. Give Will and his family free tickets. And we're going to send it to the Chargers as well because I want to go to the Chargers game as well.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Sure, done. Lock it in.
All right, and if anyone else, if anyone's sort of the owner of either of those teams, let us know, and I'll just get in touch straight with you as well. Maybe we could send. Who owns the Lakers? Oh, she's a fair lunatic.
The Buss family.
She's pretty.
Jeannie Buss.
I saw some stuff this morning. She's out. She's quite decisive.
She was
divisive.
She was hooking up with.
Allegedly.
No. It's documented. I was even reading about it in his book. Phil. How can I remember anyone's names? The guy that was the coach of the Lakers.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson, yeah.
And she owns the players?
Yeah,
so he was the coach and he was
hooking
hooking
up. Jerry Buss owns the team.
So the coach was hooking up with the owner's daughter?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's legit.
Let's get in contact with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
My Mac's going to die, so we should end this.
Yeah, I'm dying to. Hey, guys, join us Wednesday, 3:30 Western, which is 6:30 Eastern. I don't know what you're doing in Adelaide, and I don't even know what you're doing in Brisbane, but they're the 2 times.
There's one that's like a 15-minute gap.
Yeah, I don't think that exists, but make sure you stay with us Wednesday, and then I'll be shooting off to Hawaii to go to see my good friend Donald Trump. Donald Biden will be back. We're going to try and speak to him Wednesday, so if you've missed Skeeter over the last couple of episodes, Skeeter will be there. Big thank you to all of our partners for this season. Heyscape, heyscape.com.au, Aspect Accountants with our numbers all year, aspectaccountants.com.au. We have got our good friends at MSH who handle big equipment, big projects, mshph.com.au, and our great friend Steve at HomeWise Solar. Over summer, pretty sure the sun's out then. If you want to save some money with some solar to your home, get in touch with the team at homewisesolar.com.au. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Can I just add as well,
And
because this is a combined...
I usually give the final words to Skate, so you can have
it's a combined Shelter FootyCast and BackChat episode. So a little bit of love to the BackChat sponsors, Paywise, powering the podcast for 2025, TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co. Oh, and that's this podcast too. Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, On One Services, and Camera Electronic. We'll see you Wednesday for our live show.
Final shout out. If you're at the JBM, I put this on socials, no reply. If you're at the JBM and you're in air conditioning and you told me you wanted to give me a reverse cycle air conditioner for free, I still need it.
Yeah, we need it.
And I don't know your name and I don't know who you are. But you offered it to us ages ago. For what? Oh, because it was in my house. I didn't really want to put a reverse cycle in my garage in a rented house. Got our own place now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Peace up.